Let's kick it off, Mitch Dyer,
Yeah.
with some Gears of War news.
Yeah.
Tip of the cap to our friends at Polygon.com.
Yeah, definitely a good little scoop here. So for the Gears of War's anniversary is next year, the 10th anniversary.
2016.
So Polygon,
Emergence Day.
Yep. So Polygon
Hell
saw
yeah.
some stills from cutscenes remade by a cinematic studio called Plastic Wax. That, just showing like, hey, Gears of War Remaster's happening. Here's what the cutscenes
proof.
look like.
Yeah.
And apparently this is in development at Splash Damage. Those are the guys that made Brink. They're currently making
Enemy Territory Quake Wars as well
That's
for
who?
Xbox 360.
what's their current game?
It's a free-to-play thing that...
Dirty Bomb?
Yes, that's
Okay.
it. Good memory.
Brink, is that the rollerblading movie?
Yes,
All
but not the same one we're referring to.
So my concern here, one of my many concerns about Gears of War Remaster is that it's only like an updated visuals, which I assume means, hey, it's 1080p, 60 frames a second, and then it's just a straight port
That's
to Xbox
exactly
One.
how I read it as well.
It's been a long time since I played Geared. Was it originally a 30 FPS series? Is
Yes.
it still a 30 FPS?
I mean,
was it an
there
FPS series all
were
the way
not a
until
lot of
Judgment?
60 FPS games on 360. I mean, Call of Duty was sort of the leader there.
Right.
Yeah, Gears was a stunning, of course, 720p, 30 frames game.
Yeah. So for me, the biggest disappointment with Gears of War Remaster is that it's one game. It's just Gears of War 1. And I get why. Like, okay, it's 10th anniversary coming up. It makes sense to celebrate that. We're probably going to see some Gears 4 at E3. So, hey, while you wait, why don't you check out Gears 1 again? But I can't think of anything. Like, with
You're our
everything,
biggest Gears of War fan
I
as well.
love Gears so much. Like, I'm the only human in the world who thinks Gears Judgment is
Show
the
me
best
your
one.
Gears tattoo, Mitch.
Razor it.
It's on your penis? Whoa!
That's my Lancer.
It's,
Age-gate.
Well, this podcast is officially age-gated.
Where were we? Oh, so reasons I'm disappointed about Gears Remaster.
when you're getting intimate, do you yell, "Oh, come on"? If you can't get it up, do you yell that? Oh, come on.
Razor hail.
Maria!
That's not your girlfriend's name, Mitch. Don't say that. That's not going to end well for you.
This went to a very strange.
Dude, you're the one with the Lancer on your wiener.
Yeah.
Something, roadie, run.
So the
His
reason
girlfriend's going to roadie run out of the room. That's what's going to happen.
I'm not super excited about this possibility. I hope that Gears of War Remaster is not just Gears 1 at 1080p 60.
Yeah.
Like, I played Gears 1 multiplayer a lot. That was my go-to multiplayer
Yes.
game alongside Rainbow Six Vegas for like a year and a half, 2 years. And I loved it. But I've moved on, and I don't have any desire whatsoever to go back and play that while I wait for Gears 4. If it were a Master Chief Collection situation where it's the first 3 or even, roll Judgment in there, great. You have a bunch of different like horde modes, different competitive multiplayer maps, all 3 campaigns get you kind of freshened up on the story.
So it's I want to like give a counter perspective on that exact thing you said, because it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
Where you'd be. First of all, I love the human psychology of this. This is just all of us. This is human nature of Master Chief Collection blew everyone away when the leaks were confirmed as real, because everybody thought it was just going to be Halo 2 Anniversary, and it turned out to be 4 games. People were like, what?
Yeah.
And now, partially because of that expation that's been set, people have been inventing this rumor themselves about a Marcus Phoenix
Of course,
collection.
yeah.
And just believing it because it sounds so great.
But it's because Microsoft has set this first-party standard,
Yeah.
and like now, whatever this Gears thing is, lives in the shadow of the amazing Master Chief Collection.
But the point is that people have been expecting 3 games in
Yeah.
a Marcus Phoenix collection, and now we're apparently only getting 1. And I saw a lot of the Twitter reaction was like, "Oh, we're just getting 1."
Oh, come on.
But to your point though about how you'd like to see all 3 games,
Yeah.
I actually said, as much as I'm a big fan, big defender of Master Chief Collection, despite its flaws. I love that collection, but I've said this before. I think the Halo 2 Anniversary stuff, those multiplayer maps are so good. If in an ideal world, and I get why it didn't happen, but I actually would have rather had just a full-blown Halo 2 Anniversary that had the kick-ass anniversary campaign we got, but then had all 23 maps redone in the Halo 2 Anniversary style, and just had because Halo 2 was where it was at for multiplayer.
Sure.
Like I would have rather have just had a $60 complete Halo 2 anniversary single player multiplayer. And you're saying you actually feel the opposite.
Yeah, well, so I think I would be more interested if this was just Gears 3, because Gears 3 is the one that, like, it's the most recent in the canon. I would like to catch up on that. It would look the best.
It's also the best overall Gears of War, in my opinion. Best overall.
Yeah.
Because the Horde mode, it's like Horde 2.0.
Yep.
With the sort of tower defense bits in it, which is really cool.
Sure.
It had a great single player story
Yep.
that wrapped up. That actually was a legitimately poignant story.
I
at
love
times.
that. Yeah.
And the actual 5-on-5 multiplayer was really solid too.
Yeah, so if it was that, I would be more interested. But as this stands, like, obviously this hasn't been announced. We don't know any details, but everything we know right now sounds like a Game of the Year edition that's come 10 years later.
Okay, but again, let's think about 1 year ago. Everyone thought the rumors were it was just Halo 2 anniversary.
But Halo 2 was completely redone visually. It had
Yeah.
these updated maps, and all of these additional
But what I'm
features.
saying is, a year ago, the rumor was it was just Halo 2. Like right now, the rumor is it's just Gears 1.
So you're suggesting
Sure, yeah.
that they are playing possum here, and that it could actually be.
I mean, no one's playing possum. This was a leak,
Right.
Or a
Right.
scoop,
So,
a
yeah,
hot
yeah.
scoop.
Yeah.
So,
Some source scoops.
yeah,
So no one knows for sure. Is
No,
what
no.
you're
I mean,
saying.
I'm sure Microsoft probably knows.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
no
Really
one
weird.
outside of Microsoft
Yeah,
knows for sure.
I mean, because I think we're going to be seeing two sort of big remasters at E3, and I think Sony's 100% going to do an Uncharted one with all three games. And so if Microsoft doesn't, if Microsoft has one Gears game versus whatever, a couple hours later at Sony's conference where it's 3 Uncharted games, like that's gonna suck. Like I think they have to do all 3 games. In a perfect world, they do all 4. And I know like Judgment's sort of out of the
Sure.
Marcus
Well,
Phoenix
the other
arc.
But
popular.
it also has that DLC that actually, like, that DLC, Aftermath, is the
That's
farthest
right.
thing
Yeah,
canonically.
yeah.
Assuming whatever this new Gears game is.
The other
a sequel.
popular conspiracy theory, not even conspiracy theory, but a thing I heard a lot from people on Twitter was, oh yeah, I mean it makes sense that it's only one game after the cluster F that was Master Chief Collection as far as multiplayer stuff. So of course they're going to just boil it down to one game to make sure that it works. Of course the difference is Gears was all on 360, all on the same fundamental code base, Unreal Engine 3, whereas Halo. Technically, they're all Halo Engine, but it was spread across multiple consoles, 2 generations
the beginning
ago.
of one generation to the end
It was,
of another.
Yeah, it was sort of a lot more difficult to pull it together in a modern collection form than Gears theoretically would be. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm with you, though, Mitch. If it's just 1080p 60 frames, I will not... My Lancer will not be standing up. But
yeah, this is just an anticlimactic thing. Like, it's a great scoop, but it's a boring story to me. Like, I just am not interested by this.
Part of Gears of War was a triumph for a lot of ways, but perhaps the first thing you think of when you think back to Gears in 2006 was the console 360 had been out for about a year. PS3 hadn't shipped yet or had just shipped, and Gears was like the game that said, "Whoa, next gen! This is." Okay, we're here now. Original Xbox PS2 days are over. This looks amazing. This is crazy. For me, I don't even know if they can do that, but I think for me to get even remotely psyched about this, it would have to be redone in Unreal Engine 4, which is a powerful piece of technology.
See, I don't know what Unreal 4 could give to Gears 1 that you couldn't just have with Unreal 3. Like Unreal
1080p
3 can,
60, but with but having it look like it were made today.
Unreal 3 can do that, though. I mean, most Unreal Engine games that come out today are Unreal 3.
Well, that's because they were in development 2 or 3 years ago.
It's also because Unreal 4 is not a very good engine at this point. Like,
Well,
not many devs are using it.
Nothing is shipped on it yet. That's the thing.
Daylight. There are also a couple games on Steam.
No AAA games have shipped on it yet.
And there's a reason for that.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Epic's been developing Fortnite themselves for 13 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see that game every year at E3. Like, oh, okay.
So if Gears of War sort of follows the same trajectory that the Master Chief Collection / Halo 5 did, so we get this collection or this game. Do you think it's this fall?
No.
Yeah.
You think it's next year?
No,
I think
it's like a spring, probably. I mean, because technically
the first Gears of War came out in spring, right?
No, the actual anniversary, if they were, because with Master Chief Collection, they did it pretty close. It was November of the 10-year anniversary of Halo 2. because Halo 2 was November 9th, and I think it was what it was November 11th was if I remember right was when because that was the Tuesday. Gears, the anniversary would be
November.
Was it November or
No,
was
I
it
think it was, like,
early?
November
was it late
6th.
October?
What?
It was one of those. And it was that somewhere in that.
Was
window.
Gears 2 spring?
No, 3 was because 3 was delayed. Well, I'll double check while you're
three
talking.
three was September.
I think Judgment was
Oh,
a
you're
spring
right.
game.
It came out on my
Yes,
birthday.
Judgment was a spring game.
Because I think I reviewed that game in like in April.
Yeah.
That's right. You're correct.
Okay.
You're correct.
Okay. Well, that sort of my point's moot because I was saying if this
Yeah.
if this comes out this fall, do you think there's any chance of
Like a beta.
like a beta for the multiplayer, like the Halo 5 beta?
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would. Yes. That's a sound theory that they would do a Gears 4 beta tied to this.
Also, I would say that this isn't even a fall game. I'd say this is late summer. I bet this comes out at like the end of August.
Well, that's the thing. I doubt it's this year because the anniversary isn't until next fall 2016.
And also, why would you release this anywhere near Halo 5?
Then again,
Sure.
that too, but also, granted, they released a game called Fable Anniversary that was not on the 10th anniversary. It was like the 9th anniversary
Yeah.
of Fable 1. Like, okay, I guess that's an
One of those
anniversary.
classic Albion jokes.
Yeah, I don't know. Next year's
9
anniversary.
years or 10. That's what we mean.
Oi, pip pip.
Yeah, doing it next fall on
That's
the 10th
the
anniversary doesn't make any sense at all. Because you're going to have Gears 4 next year.
No. You think so?
Next fall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'll be next.
That'll be next
fall's
year's
game.
flagship shooter on Xbox One.
All right, then, so where do you think it slots in the summer?
I think it's late summer.
I think it's super
Spring.
duper early spring.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Could be.
Like,
Because Microsoft
It
didn't
has to be on
that-
either side of the fall.
So
'cause
Microsoft
it
had
will die in the
Ori.
fall.
Ori was their sort of big spring game. Whereas
Yeah.
Sony had, the Order and Bloodborne. And I think
Yep.
Microsoft's going to learn from that and want something. in that
Quantum
February.
Break.
Oh yeah, Quantum Break.
and then
So maybe
yeah,
if Quantum Break's in February, then this is like April.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That could be.
So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, kudos to Polygon for ruining one of Microsoft's C3 stage reveals.
Considering we've ruined things before because of our scoops.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm legitimately tipping my hat.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's a big
the
score
biz?
for them.
On the subject, don't forget, email unlocked@ign.com. We want to hear your E3 predictions. We want to know
Yeah.
what you expect from Microsoft at E3. We're going to do an E3 prediction show. It'll be good.
You're enunciating your sentences weird.
Read some emails.